You ever get that electric buzz before a huge 49 ERs game? That's the vibe today, because the news hitting us is straight up wild. We've got roster shakeups, a breakout nobody saw coming, defensive schemes that could change everything, and a controversy that'll have you yelling at your screen. Are the 49ers ready to own the 2025 season? Grab your drink, settle in, hit that like button, and let's dive into this roller coaster. Which story do you think will fire up the faithful the most? Drop it in the comments. Now, while we're still reeling from what's going down in Santa Clara, let me hit you with a bombshell that nobody expected. You know that guy who was a beast on special teams, always flying around making plays? Yeah, he's gone. George Odum, the veteran who earned All-Pro honors with the Colts in 2020 and brought that same energy to our squad since 2022, got cut after landing on the non-football injury list this past Friday. That's right, faithful. A 31-year-old vet turning 32 in November is no longer on the roster. But hold up before you lose it. Let's break down what's behind this move and what it means for our team's future. Odum wasn't exactly lighting it up on defense. Over 3 seasons with the Niners, he started just 2 games, racking up 50 tackles and 5 pass breakups. Solid, but his real magic was on special teams. He was the heart and soul of that unit, bringing an intensity that flipped close games. Fans are split on X. Some are saying he was past his prime, with posts like Odum was solid, but age catches up. Others are gutted, insisting he still had gas in the tank. So where do you stand on this one? Here's the kicker. This move ties directly to the coaching shakeup. Odum's release comes as our former special teams coordinator, Brian Schneider, who brought him here, is out the door. Now Brant Boyer's running the show, and he's putting his stamp on the unit. Boyer rolled in with his own crew, guys like Luke Gifford, Chaz Surratt, Saran Neal, and more. It's like he's saying, this is my team now. Makes sense, right? Odum was part of the old regime, and Boyer's building something fresh. Will this bring a new spark, or are we going to miss Odum's fire? Strategically, this frees up roster spots and cap space, maybe for new talent or bolstering other positions. But here's the question. Can our special teams keep that same edge without an all-pro veteran? Fans are watching closely, and the early games will show if Boyer's gamble pays off. While we're chewing on this one, brace yourself, because the next story is a wild card about a quarterback climbing the ranks. Speaking of wild cards, who would have thought a practice squad QB would steal the spotlight? Tanner Mordecai, the undrafted guy out of Wisconsin from the 2024 class, is having a moment that could change everything. Remember Brock Purdy, our hero, who went from Mr. Irrelevant to QB1? Mordecai's not quite on that path, but he just got a promotion to QB3 behind Purdy and Mac Jones. That's right, faithful. The dude who spent last season on the practice squad is now on the active roster, ready to be the emergency quarterback on game days. How'd this happen? Well, Joshua Dobbs and Brandon Allen, last year's backups, are gone, both hitting free agency. The Niners brought in Mac Jones, who's looking to reboot his career, and rookie Curtis Rourke. But Rourke's sidelined with a college ACL injury. That left Mordecai, who showed some arm in last year's preseason, stepping up. On X, fans are buzzing. Some are hyped, posting stuff like Mordecai the next Purdy, while others are skeptical, like QB3. Big deal. You buying into this guy or thinking he's just a placeholder? Tactically, this is intriguing. Mordecai's no superstar, but his college stats, 9,857 yards and 85 touchdowns, are nothing to sneeze at. He's not taking Purdy's job, but having a guy with that experience as QB3 is a safety net. If Purdy or Jones goes down, he could hold it together. The real story here is the narrative. An undrafted guy rising through grit, just like Purdy did. Can Mordecai seize this shot like his teammate did? The catch, he's untested in real games, and the pressure in San Francisco is no joke. Fans expect wins, and one slip-up could turn him into a meme on X in seconds. Still, this move shows the team's betting on homegrown talent, which is a good sign for the future. While we're dreaming of another Cinderella story, hold tight, because the next one's about a defense that's about to make quarterbacks sweat. And speaking of making people sweat, our defense is about to get a serious upgrade that could flip the script in 2025. Remember last year's pass rush? Yeah, it was kind of a snooze. In 2024, we managed just 37 sacks in 17 games, tied for 23rd in the NFL. Even with Nick Bosa, one of the league's best on the field, it was predictable. 4 guys charging straight at the QB, no blitzes, no tricks, just vanilla. But with Robert Saleh taking over as defensive coordinator, things are about to get spicy, and I'm here to tell you why. Saleh's bringing a scheme that keeps offenses guessing. He's a wizard at disguising the pass rush, mixing up who's coming and who's dropping back. One play, you might see a defensive end, a linebacker, and a nickelback blitzing, while 2 linemen drop into zone coverage. The next, it's 4 linemen and a safety with man-to-man across the board. It's chaos for opposing QBs. They won't know what hit them. On X, fans are losing it with posts like Salah's gonna unleash Bosa, and this is the 49ers defense we've been waiting for. The impact? Nick Bosa, who's been double-teamed into oblivion since DeMeco Ryans left in 2022, is about to feast. Salah's scheme will punish teams that focus on Bosa, thanks to new weapons like Bryce Huff with 20 career sacks, Michael Williams with 14 in college, and even safety Jason Pinnock with 6.5 career sacks. Add in linebacker Nick Martin and nickelback Upton Stout, and we've got a crew that could push us into the top 10 in sacks. But here's the rub. Will this aggressive style expose our secondary? If Salah leans too hard on blitzes, we could get burned by deep passes. Fans are pumped, but some on X are nervous, saying things like, if the secondary slips, we're in trouble. The big question is whether these new guys can gel with Salah's system fast. If they do, our defense could be a nightmare. If not, we might take some hits. While we're hyped for a ferocious pass rush, hold on to your hats because the next story is a controversy that'll get you fired up. And speaking of fired up, this one's going to have the faithful ready to throw hands. Trent Williams, our rock on the offensive line, is back for 2025, and that's huge news. The guy's one of the best offensive tackles in the NFL with 3 straight first-team All-Pro nods before 2024. But get this, Pro Football Network had the nerve to rank him 59th in their NFL Top 100. Yep, 59th, just 2 spots above Diamador Lenoir. I'm telling you, faithful, this is straight-up disrespect. Let's break it down. In 2024, Williams played just 10 games due to an ankle injury, but he was a beast when he was out there. He allowed just 1 sack and 3 QB hits with a 95% pass block win rate, second best among tackles. That's elite. He's the guy keeping Brock Purdy upright, and without him, our offense would take a hit. On X, fans are going off with posts like 59th, that's a joke, and Trent's still top 20, no debate. So you think this ranking's fair, or are you as mad as I am? Pro Football Network's excuse is that Williams at 37 might start to decline due to age and wear and tear. Sure, that's a fair point, but 59th, that's absurd. Before last season, he was easily top 20, and even with the injury, he proved he's still a game changer. Ranking him this low is practically an insult to football itself. Tactically, Williams is the key to our run game and Purdy's protection. Without him, our O-line would struggle, and the whole offense could unravel. The risk is real, age could catch up, and injuries might flare up again. But until he shows he's not that guy anymore, he deserves respect. The faithful are rallying, demanding justice, and this controversy is just fueling our fire for wins. While we're out here defending Trent, get ready because the wrap-up's going to leave you pumped for what's next. The faithful are buzzing with these stories. Odum's exit shakes up special teams, Mordecai's rise is a bold bet, Sal is set to make our defense a terror, and the disrespect to Trent Williams is lighting a fire under us. Every move is building a 49ers team ready to fight in 2025. The season's coming and Levi's Stadium is going to roar. Which stories got you hyped to see our squad dominate? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's show the world the 49ers faithful are unstoppable. Go Niners!